start out with an informal greeting from me to you. What's happening? Hi, I'm Stacy. It's been a while. We're doing a Q&A, as you've already seen by the title. So I'm gonna A your Q's that you asked me on Instagram. Let's Q your Q's so I can A them. A tiny little disclaimer in case I do butcher your Instagram name. Don't take it personal. There can be like a millions of possibilities, so I hope I don't. I hope I say it right. First question. Jessica Cruz, says, are you going to the Fifth Harmony concert? I'm going to the Fifth Harmony concert. I got invited by my best friend because she got tickets for her birthday. Shout out to Alejandra, hey girl, who gave her the birthday tickets. Gave her tickets, birthday tickets. Yeah, so she invited me, Jess invited me, so we're going to Fifth Harmony. Are you going? And we get to meet JoJo. It'll be my first meet and greet ever. Yao Laurie asks, what is your ideal place for a vacation or you want to visit? If you guys have been following me for a while, you guys know that I love Turks and Caicos because I've said it like a million times. I love Turks and Caicos. I went there for work and it was amazing and I fell in love with that place. And I know there's like a bajillion more beautiful places in the world as well. So it's my ideal right now because I've been there before, but I have like so many ideals. So I would love to go to the Bahamas. I've always wanted to go there for some reason. I don't know. I was so close to going, but I didn't go on the same business trip, but I didn't go. Dang it. Greece, all of Italy, the Maldives, everywhere. Just everywhere. I just want to go everywhere. I just want to hop on a plane and go. Debbie_Novianti says, are you willing to risk looking a fool for love, for your dream, for the adventure of being alive, and why? Yes, I would be willing to look a fool for love. I love love. Love drives me. Love is like the #1 thing that keeps me going. For a dream, of course. I mean, I think as long as it makes me happy and the outcome is something that I love to do, something I love to be with, surrounded by my passion, I would love to do it. I would do it if it, in the end, it makes me happy. If it were to not make me happy or it would like tarnish my image in some way or my career or whatever it is, or it would like affect or it had the possibility to jeopardize whatever it is I'm acting a fool for or looking like a fool for, then I definitely don't think I would do it if I knew that the outcome was going to be bad. But of course, you never know what the outcome is going to be, good or bad. You just kind of have to go with the flow. But I would definitely do it. And why? Because it's important to have fun in life. It's important to do things that you love to do. And in life, good and bad things are always going to happen. And I feel like if you kind of reserve yourself from doing certain things because you're scared of the bad outcome, then I don't think you're ever going to really have a chance to experience things along the way, even if you do have a bad outcome, and you won't get that many goods. I don't know, when I think about it, like time goes by so fast, and if we just don't do the things that we want to do because we're scared or something, or we have that fear, we're just gonna look back at time, it's gonna be gone, and then we're gonna be like, oh, I wish I should have done all of that in my younger years. You know, the adventure. The adventures are fun. And I think taking risks that won't be like really crazy risks, like you might die or get hurt, are worth it and are good and are cool. I mean, are fun, and they can turn out to be the best adventures of your life. At least that's how I think. I mean, maybe it's not always that way, but I think I answered your question. I hope I answered your question. SoonerFan14 says, who are some of your favorite YouTubers? Off the top of my head, I can tell you, Zoe, Alfie, Fuzzy, Alex Wasabi, Mr. Arturo Trejo, which is like one of my top because his stuff is so funny, but he hasn't done much in a long time. I recently got into Shay Mitchell's channel. The editing work on there is, I love it. Who else? Oh, and Jess, my best friend Jess, got me into Heart. That's Heart TV, and Arnold. They're so cute together. I love them together. Heart is like super hilarious, and Arnold is too. So yeah, if I had to choose off the top of my head, those are the like #1s that pop up my brain right away. And I know there's many others, but I just can't think right now. Tati_Villegas16 asks, gee, I hope we can meet one day because you're amazing. Thank you. We definitely can make that happen. Why not? How do you handle a long distance relationship knowing you have ways to fly to see each other, but just always wanting and counting the days till you see each other? Keep it alive. That's my simplest answer. Find ways to keep it alive. When you're in the LDR, the efforts and everything is like times 20. You have to like step it up. Your circumstances are different. Dealing with phone calls and FaceTime, but you're not dealing with physical time just yet. You're counting down the days, as you mentioned. You gotta get double the amount of creative because of your circumstance, as I mentioned. Do something where you guys count down together. Do something cute. Every day you can do something like write a letter or an email because, you know, I mean, obviously sending snail mail and letters every single day would be like very expensive because of the mail and whatever, and I don't even know how far apart you two live, and stamps and stuff. So draw something that symbolizes your relationship and how much you love each other or something, and show her every single day up until that day. Little tiny things that keep you both looking forward to it, where you two are both very, very excited to wake up the next day to see what is planned for that day that has to do with the countdown. Get creative and think of something. Astarza. Will you date me? LOL. And she also asked, how can we become friends? I'm taken, so I can't date you. I'm sorry. But we can be friends. We're friends. We're friends. It just happened just like that. We're friends. What's up? Hey, new friend. Simply.bs asks, if you could write a book, what would it be about? Well, if I could write a book, it would be anything that has to do with love. It would be about love or something that has to do with love and all of its surroundings. Love. ACVP15 asks, how would you deal with a toxic relationship when it's a family member Like, what would you do about the situation in and of itself? You live with that person, you see that person every day. Maybe the first thing is talk things out. Lay it out on the table. Talk about how you feel. If that's something that you can do or want to or feel safe doing, talk about it. I think that's very important. Communication really is key. Expressing yourself, the way you feel, your emotions, everything, so that you or somebody else can't ever go back and say, well, you never talked to me about it, you never told me anything about it, you never said anything, so how would I know? That eliminates that, because even if you try to talk, then nobody can go back to you and be like, you never even tried to talk to me. Then you can be like, yeah, I did. I tried to talk to you, but you did not. You pushed me over like a sausage that was really overburnt, and you didn't want to eat that. I don't know where that came from. I tried to talk to you, but you didn't want to because you pushed me over like a little piece of burnt toast on the side of your plate. So yeah, I did try to talk to you. I think that would be the first step. Try to talk things out. If that doesn't work, then maybe distancing yourself from that person, if you haven't already, would probably, that's hard to say, would probably be the smartest next step, and figure things out from there. Sometimes you have to let go of people in your life. It's okay to walk away from something that's no longer making you happy, pretty much. That might be one of the hardest things you have to do, but if it's that toxic, then you have to do whatever you have to do to move on or to get through. Maybe the separation, maybe the distancing, maybe the, you know, no talking, kind of closing them out of your life for a bit will help. Maybe that's what you guys need to reconnect and be like, I missed you. Let's forget about everything and be the best of relatives or family members. Sometimes you have to do things for yourself, and sometimes it has to be a little selfish, and it's okay to be a little selfish. Just remember that you don't have to be or put yourself anywhere that you don't want to be, where you don't feel comfortable. You don't have to keep yourself in that relationship. Even if you guys are tied as family members, you don't have to be there. You don't have to put yourself there. You don't have to keep that just because you guys are family. Sometimes family are the ones who actually hurt you the most and cause these toxic relationships to happen even more. So sometimes you do have to distance yourself, and it's okay to do. But I would say talk. That doesn't work, then you know where to go. You know where to stand. And maybe in the future things can happen. And sometimes your other family members are not going to approve of it, but at that point, it's not about them. It's about you and how you feel. And because it's not yours and theirs relationship, it doesn't affect them in the same way that it may affect you. You can also be open and be like, look, I can't because this, and this. This is how it makes you feel. I already tried. It doesn't work, so blah, blah, blah. A lot of times your family members are going to try to control your life and try to push you to do certain things, influence you to do this and that, because that's how they want you to live their lives. And they may be watching out for you and stuff, but at the same time, we all given our own lives to do what we want with them. So you're at your every right to do what you need to do if that is a toxic relationship and it's no longer doing you good in your life. Yeah. Okay, Crystal7331 asks, do you have any hobbies? I do. Scrapbooking, baking. I love to bake, so I consider that a hobby, right? Batting cages. Even though I don't really go to the batting cages a lot, I love going to the batting cages. I love it. I don't know, hiking. I like to go on adventures and explore new worlds and places like the forest or the wilderness or the mountains or just new little places. I love trying out new spots that I see on Yelp. That was not a great intricate answer, but I love scrapbooking and crafting as well, even though I don't do much of that. Kid_key1211 asks, what do I do when my significant other in a long distance relationship no longer has time for our relationship? You make the biggest decision yet. Look, someone that really wants to be with you, that really loves you, that really wants the relationship, that really wants to keep you in their life, is going to make the time to keep you, to talk to you. Gonna make the time for you, period. If they really want it. Yes, life sometimes gets really busy, but how many hours are there in a day? There's so many hours in a day, so many hours in a week and a month. I just don't see how somebody could just completely block you out or not have any time. I mean, hey, if you want a relationship to work, you have to put in the time. If they're not willing to put in the time anymore, I mean, I don't know. It's up to you in the end. Do you want to? Are you willing to stick around and feel all these sad feelings that you may be feeling because they no longer want to put in the time? It won't be fair if you put in all the effort and they don't. It's up to you really in the end, and ask yourself if you're willing to do that. You know, it takes two, and it will be extremely hard if it's just one-sided. You know, sorry to say, it's just the truth. The good thing is that there's billions of more people in the world. And maybe that's not what you want to hear, but there are a bajillions of people out there that are willing to put in all the time. They're willing to make the slightest amount of time to have you be theirs and they be yours. And for your relationship. And yeah, so thank you so much for asking these questions. I am so happy you guys participated when I saw the amount of questions. Plus, this is part 1. Part 2 is coming next. I got so many questions. I'm so freaking excited because you guys actually participated, and I was like, I was ready to just get like a little bit of questions, but you guys sent in so many, and so many new ones that I hadn't heard before. So thank you so much. I am so happy. It made me so happy. So please come back for part number 2. Stay tuned. Thank you so much. I'm heading out now. If you enjoy these A's to your Q's, even if they weren't your Q's, show that like button, a little bit of romance. If you're not subscribed, please give that subscribe button a little love tap. And please don't forget to show all of my social medias a little bit of affection with a follow. And if there's one thing I want to call to mind, there are actually 3. No matter the highs, the lows, always be certain to do good, be grateful, and stay humble. See you next time. I was like, I got this. That was a really bad idea. I was unaware about what was going to happen next.